Inside the Cave.
Inside the Cave podcast. Outside Danny, word up B.
Hey, Charlemagne the God here, and I'm going inside the cave, right?
This is Dion Cole, and I'm going inside the cave. Peace.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your favorite Twin Cousin Junior, man, and I'm going inside the cave. I'm going to be in there. Just tune in. I'm in here.
Bad. It's just niche. I'm going inside the cave. Where the fuck is the cave? But we in that bitch all day, every day. Check out the podcast. They doing big things. We out.
Hey, this is Word Riding Period. I'm going inside the cave. And I hope I come out.
Thought-provoking ignorance since 2015.
You did say you wanted to be in, right?
Here we go. Welcome back Inside the Cave on Indie Central Radio every single Friday from 12 to 3 Central. And the replay right after the Heifers podcast available on Monday. And there's actually a podcast up right now with the full interview with today's guest. Send you a snippet of it on Indie Central for everybody listening on there. I am CB at I'm the Real CB, and you can officially listen. Anybody who has an Apple Podcast and Spotify, you can officially listen to Last Night in Vegas Season 1. And I promise you we're going to have some Season 2 stuff coming up pretty soon. Ladies, let's tell the truth. Talk about it with Sly.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Black History Month. Tell the truth. Slides in the house. Inside the Cave podcast. Cool.
That's right. Black History Month. Forgot about that. The Cleves Report on Instagram with Ro.
What's up? I made this just to let all the listeners know. I told the guys in the group that once I hit 15,000 followers, we are going to be like Sly in the Family Stone. We going to be Frankie, Beverly, and Maze. It's going to be the Cleves Report on Inside the Cave. Okay. So y'all got to support me on this. Y'all got to listen, share me, and we're going to change the name of the show.
All right. Okay. The lovely, the beautiful, the talented Cat.
Hello, everybody.
All right, we got a good show today. Big Dog will be in later on, and I think we might have a Joe Dirt sighting as well. We got a special guest calling in later on in the show for everybody listening on Indie Central. You can listen to a snippet of that later on. It's Danielle from Black Business Boom. Great Instagram page, and I think she got a Facebook group and everything like that. So it's like coupon for black businesses. Very talented, smart girl that we had on. So stay tuned for that interview for later on in the show. And we got some Cat's Corners. Sly got some feedback from Tell the Truth for last week, and see if Joe Dirt pops in with Dirt Sheet. All right. Y'all got anything before we get started?
Yeah, that Super Bowl sucked.
Terrible. Kat, did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did.
You did? Wow. So what team did you root for?
Very boring.
What team did you root for, Kat?
I didn't root for any team. I was rooting for SpongeBob to be played at the halftime show.
Oh, that definitely was boring.
I was rudely disappointed.
Okay. All right. For everybody listening.
But I will say shout out to Gladys Knight. If you want somebody to really sing your national anthem, that was the perfect choice to make.
I didn't see that. I missed it. I had to take a piss when I came back. It was gone off, but I heard it wasn't that good.
Yeah, she's been singing it for the damn years, but the two sisters that was before her that did the Black national anthem, theirs was much better.
Yes,
she was a perfect person because she actually didn't give a fucking dick. That's why she's.
Yeah. Like, if you notice, it hasn't been a good run for national anthems for sporting events.
Right.
Well, I definitely feel like they turned like the entire beginning of the Super Bowl into Black Awareness Month.
Yeah.
All right. For everybody listening on Indie Central, we'll be right back. All right, here we go. Welcome back to Inside the Cave. Here it is. Listeners' feedback. Once again, no Cousin Lamar. We got a lot of feedback. I'm going to run through it real quick.
Got an opinion? Let your voice be heard. Want to change the direction of the show? Talk your shit. Tell us how you really feel.
I might just say how I feel.
Listeners' feedback with Cousin Lamar on Inside the Cave.
Here we go. This is from Donna. She says, nice new logo. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. This is from Nathan. He says, this is a question he asked on Instagram. If President Trump gave policies and reparations for African descendants of slavery, would you vote for him? If Trump gave $10 million for reparations and policies like ADOS would be exempt from paying federal taxes and get specific amount like 30% of all government contracts awarded each year, what are your thoughts specifically, CB? Well, I guess he likes to talk in hypotheticals. I like Nathan. He's a good listener. I really do like him. But I'm curious as to how old. I don't know, Ro, he texts you a lot too on Instagram, but I'm curious.
I never caught his age. I love his passion.
Yeah.
My issue, I don't know why he tried to hit that on Trump when that white lady's trying to say the same thing.
Well, I think he's trying to see if, because he knows most of us are Trump haters, would that swing our Trump vote? If Trump would do something like
that. I hate hypotheticals on stuff that ain't gonna happen. So hell with
exactly.
So that's a hypothetical you can't even get into, number one. Number two, the biggest problem, and hear me when I say this, I speak about this with passion. If the reason why you can't give reparations to Black people is because we don't have infrastructure set up to even receive it. It's almost like the majority of lottery winners end up broke in 10 years. Like, no disrespect as if we've done something wrong. I'm just saying we have one of the strongest consumer bases, and we never leverage that to get any concessions. So that in itself tells you right there that you could never give, air quotes, Black people reparations. First and foremost, who the fuck are they?
True.
Who are these descendants of slavery you're talking about? We're so disconnected, we don't even know who those people are. Half of us believe we're indigenous to here. The other half of us believe we're from Africa. And when it's quite possibly, we could have come from the Caribbean, we could have come from no one really knows exactly where the majority of Black
people. We done mixed so much now. Everybody's sleeping with everybody. It's, that shit's so deep now. You can't do it. But I think he wants to know, would that make me vote for Trump? No, that would not, because I'm sure if he put that in a bill, number one, it wouldn't pass through Congress at all. But if let's just say it did, I would be skeptical of, okay, we get this, but what is he getting in return? Because somebody like him is not going to do something like that without something else on the back end.
No, I was just throwing out there. I'm not saying that, I agree 100% with what Roland is saying, that it is very difficult to figure out a system of a payout for reparations for African Americans. I 100% agree. But I also can say, if there are other programs, that's why when you fill out something and they want to know, are you a Native Alaskan, like many of those, for instance, again, like Native Americans, they can get discounts on college, and that was their way of, I guess, apologizing to the Native Americans for taking land by offering other things. So I wouldn't be surprised if something like that were to come up in the near future.
No, I don't.
With all the candidates trying to get the Black vote.
It ain't happening. All right. This is a long one. Pause from Knowledge. We got some good listeners, boy. They be sending some. This is a long.
You need the bouncing ball?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna need it. Here we go. Knowledge. Love the first show of the year. That was a great way to start with such a serious topic. I'm originally from Baltimore, and girls who fuck with older guys, normally drug dealers, because they had cars and money, was so part of the norm. Not all, but at least 35% of the girls I knew. I'm not disagreeing with the fact Robert is a special kind of predator, and if he would have ran into a real G, he would be dead or handicapped. He definitely wouldn't be walking around but eating through a tube or something. As for adults, they knew what they were doing, to be hoping to be famous or rich, willing to do anything for the bag. He's simply been playing them. Other than Aaliyah, what other female artist was put on after being his slave? Crickets. The fact is, no one black put the funds into making this documentary. It was all white contributors. One of them is the granddaughter of Walt Disney, who everyone knew how racist he was. They don't care about black women like that. It's all a distraction, said in my Rollins voice. Not victim blaming, but sometimes they can do stupid shit chasing fame and fortune. Ooh. Tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel. Knowledge. Knowledge brings up some good points, though. But I will say he did put on Changing Faces. He did put on Sparkle. He did put on Selena. He put on Selena Johnson. JS. Yeah, JS. And he's wrote for many.
They didn't do nothing with them careers. None of them.
Sometimes you got to take responsibility with what you don't do. I mean, if you got a chance to, if R. Kelly writes you a hit, you know what I mean? Like, you get a hit from R. Kelly, like, at some point you got to look at yourself in the mirror like, brother. Like,
can you sing?
No.
Okay, so if we can get you to hold a note for 5 minutes and R. Kelly writes you a song, does that mean you now a hit artist?
No, but they were talented. That's what I'm saying. He did.
Evidently, they weren't. That's my point.
No, we won't say they weren't talented. We'll say that was, I mean, it's all about management. CD is right in the sense of, yeah, you're right. If you ain't got the right people, but if you think R. Kelly writing you one song is going to make you a star, then you're sadly mistaken. Then you're very naive.
He wrote Changing Faces 2 or 3 albums. Like,
that doesn't say a lot for his, for his promotion. Then, Changing Faces, good. You're right. Very talented. Name me a song from their second album.
Can't name one.
The song with them and
JS got that the Love Angels, right?
But that's not on R. Kelly. They weren't signed necessarily to R. Kelly. They was.
He just wrote songs for him.
Yeah,
he just wrote songs for him.
Yeah.
Like, name me another artist who wrote for JS.
They broke up once the girl married Ron Isley. She didn't need to do it no more. Nobody talks about that, by the way. I was at the video shoot, and let me tell you something. The mother was there. She's younger than Ron Isley, and that man was with. I was at what's the song? Love Angel. I was at the video shoot, and Ron Isley. Maybe I'll tell that one day for celebrity stories. But Ron Isley was messing with this girl. Now she was like 19 at the time, maybe 19 or 20. One girl was like 23, the other one was like 20. Nobody said anything. This Ron Isley was like 60 years old.
That was Mr. Biggs, nigga. That was fucking Mr. Biggs.
Yeah.
Now, while I don't condone that behavior, man, I'm just tired of people saying what wasn't being said when Hugh Hefner has been marrying
it's been
18-year-old chicks
forever. And someone wasn't even 18.
Quiet as it's kept. I mean, he was a pedophile too. He had a spread with Brooke Shields when she was underage.
You showed me a rich, famous man.
I don't know if y'all remember.
No, go ahead, Kat.
Kat, we stopped talking. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't know if y'all remember the Gossip and Heifer show that I was on. I don't know if you remember that. But
vaguely.
We did kind of speak on. I know you don't know. You were too busy running backwards up a mountain or something.
We
but we talked vaguely about like sexual predatory things. It happens in every culture. But
somebody take a screenshot of that.
I think you show me a rich, powerful man that was around in the 60s, and I'll show and you can guarantee you get someone under 17, under 16 as a girlfriend. I mean, that's just what it was. That's the culture in America.
It's still the culture.
Right.
Give me the age of Michael Jordan's
My grandmother got married. Right, like my grandmother got married.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, she definitely dialing an alien.
Yeah, more feedback. This is from Nina. This is so nasty. Why did Roland say yes, then say she was like a cousin? I know CB and Sly will defend any situation in Cat's segment, but someone wanting their own family is disgusting. It depends. Hey, everybody makes a choice, you know. Like, I think once it's third cousin, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, I didn't understand what she didn't understand. I know that's one of our loyal listeners, but if you could, when you hear this, search back on WorldStar, and you'll see a post from when we record, and it'd be somewhere February 6th or something like that. And you'll see, unless you're 25, young lady, everybody used to play cousin. So what I was saying is I said yes, but she wasn't my real cousin. She wasn't my blood cousin. That was the point, is that it is disgusting. And I don't understand how this dude keeps trying to press this girl who clearly doesn't want to sleep with her freaking cousin. And for those that don't understand, unless there's some type of family tree I don't know about, if it's your uncle, it's your mom or dad's brother. So a cousin would be her uncle's child, right? Or is it just me?
Yeah, it could be your grandmother's brother too, or great grandmother's brother, or great grandmother's brother.
Or it could be by marriage, like that's your aunt's husband's child.
Yeah, man, I can't even tell this story. Damn. All right, never mind. Let's move on. Denise, there's no such thing as boy pussy and girl pussy. It's just pussy, and only women have pussy. I can't with y'all sometimes. All right.
What is she living under a rock? We don't call it that. That's what they call it.
Yeah, I didn't even know what she was talking about. Then I thought about it. I think she's talking about the I don't know. Anyway,
we was talking trash on one segment. We kept joking around.
We was talking about, I think, maybe about going down to Atlanta, or maybe
that's
talking.
what she's
it
talking
was
about.
either the Atlanta one or the one before Atlanta when Ro was giving advice to the writer in her about what she should have her husband do since she wanted to be a surrogate or something like that.
All right, here we go. This is from Cheryl.
Or both segments.
Cheryl, CB and Roland come across as bipolar, even though I agree that most men can't handle successful women. Coming from you seems out of order. The cave only exposes women who are the complete opposite of Kamala Harris. So if you think successful women who don't take their clothes off for a living need attention, then show them sometime, or show them some, in my opinion. All right, we have someone that doesn't take their clothes off for a living calling in later on in the show today. Danielle from Black Business Boom. So once again, you're wrong.
Yeah, she sounds a little bit upset. I read that email like 3 times because I was struggling to understand. First, are you saying that you agree that men who can't handle a black woman with success is a problem? It's a problem if he doesn't? Or are you saying he's in his right to feel that way? That's where I'm confused. Because I thought me and CB were very clear on what we were saying, right?
At this point, I don't even remember no more. But I'm pretty sure we were. We're always right, Roland. Even when we're wrong, we're right. Here we go. This is from Lance. If I came home and my wife and side chick are in the same bedroom, we are just going to be one happy family. I agree with the listener. Roland seemed uncomfortable calling him Boo. You used to call him B double. Go back to that. What happened to the other R. Kelly stories? Thought you had 9. I got some more. All right. And last,
our listeners be listening, don't they?
Carolyn. That's Lance the trucker, man. Lance been listening since the beginning. You went to West Slide. Did you go to West Slide?
Nah, I went to St. Joe's.
Oh, okay. Here we go. This is from Carolyn. I can't stand you and Sly. Why they gotta be bitches? Because they buy bundles of weave. Wholesale is funny. All right.
Wholesale.
Last but not least, this is a new listener, Letitia. I'm a new listener in Raleigh. I told y'all, man. I'm telling you, that's Raleigh. I'm assuming Raleigh, North Carolina. There's only one Raleigh, right?
I think so.
They call it Raleigh. It's
Raleigh. Okay, Raleigh. I'm telling you, man. That I don't know if this is Mike Jones, Indy Central, or what, but I'm telling you that North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, Florida area.
I think
Louisiana.
I think it's a condom factory in Raleigh. I think that's where they make condoms at.
Oh, okay. I'm telling you, hey, that we got a lot of subscribers now in that area. That Virginia, North, South Carolina, even in Georgia now.
What up, East Coast? East Coast.
I'm a new listener in Raleigh. Raleigh.
They say Raleigh. It's Raleigh.
What do you mean by 0 to 100 and round the cave combined? I really enjoyed your debate on when is the right time for couples to move forward in this episode. Didn't care too much for calling Tisha Campbell a bitch. That's my girl. My other question is, why be so quick to discredit the victims by bringing one of your friends on? What makes him more credible than the ladies? I do really, really enjoy this podcast. Thanks, Letitia. Send us your information. Send you a shirt from cavecrushshop.com. Like we send everybody else, even though I do owe like 7 people some shirts though, but you'll get it. As Cat told me one time, as long as I owe you, you'll never go broke.
Hold on. Customer service. Just keep listening to the show and listen to customer service.
But what do I mean by 0 to 100? Okay, since you just started listening, we used to do a segment that I am no longer going to be doing now. I just had RIP to Christophe St. John and everybody else. You know what they say when you were young, you thought young, now you're older, you think wiser or something like that. Yeah, no more kill yourself and start over. All right. It used to be funny. It was something that would.
Wait a minute, did he commit suicide?
What? Somebody got to you, man? The people got to you?
Yeah, you know what? It's just, just got to leave it alone, man.
No.
It's something serious.
Now you going to be talking about.
Time out. I feel you. But you saying dude from off Young and the Restless killed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that played Shamar Moore brother.
I didn't even know they was brothers. Shut up.
They played brothers.
They played brothers.
Oh, okay, yeah, they played brothers on Young and the Restless.
And what's crazy is December, when I interviewed Cherry Johnson, I was talking to her about a scene that she did in Family Matters. I didn't know who the dope boy was. And next thing you know, the dope boy that played in that scene was Christophe St. John. I didn't even know who he was. I just knew some light-skinned nigga from TV. So I mean,
he had a dope ass scene on the Cosby Show too. Remember Lisa Bonet?
That was like the second episode, man. So
shut up! That was
like the second or third. It was like the second or third episode ever of the Cosby Show. That dude been around a long time, man. But I just
wait a minute. Ain't we supposed to be muting the Cosby Show?
Nah, man, I'm not.
Okay. Neither am I. I'm just making sure.
I fuck with Bill. I'm on Bill's side. Fuck them hoes. Anyway. But anyway.
Get an extra pudding pop.
Yeah, but okay, so basically what we used to do was kill yourself and start over. Then we changed it or updated it to 0 to 100, where basically we just give a rant of anything we want to talk about. That's what Around the Cave is too. So we just combined them both. Just a rant. That's all it is. Is that all I can say, bro? A hot take, a rant, something like that?
Yeah, but you actually said 3 titles. So how is it combined both of them?
Yeah, because you had a kill yourself, start over. You had a reset and start over, and then you got 0 to 100.
But he had Around the Cave, remember?
And around the cave was. But one of them was, you talk for 60 seconds and nobody can interrupt.
All right, so basically when we do that segment now, we just each go around and each person says whatever they want to say. That's all it is, Letitia. That's all it is. I don't remember calling Tisha Campbell a bitch. Maybe that's why.
You did.
Yeah, yes, you did.
Yeah,
I might have said some shit about it, but I don't think I brought it up.
You said I'm sick of that bitch.
Yeah, because she was the one that had them allegations against Martin that stopped one of the greatest television shows ever.
Oh, okay, well then she is a bitch. All right. If you want to send more feedback to Inside the Cave, send it in Inside the Cave Podcast at gmail.com. All right. Welcome back to Inside the Cave. Veli Vale is in the building. I think this is Veli's first show of the year, ain't it?
Damn, you got off punishment?
Man.
Nah, I just I got paid to come on today, so I said, fuck it out.
I told you to buy that bag. You was like, no, Sly. And you didn't buy that bag, and she put your ass on punishment.
Check this out.
You did tell me about that bag, didn't you?
Hey, for those that's been keeping up in social media, The Game is releasing a new album, and one of his songs he is talking about sleeping with other people's wives that he even knows. So that inspired us to come up with a segment called "Things You Say or Do to Let Someone Know You Hit That" without actually saying you hit that. Now, I don't care how tough of a man you are. If you really want to get to a man's ego, let him know that you might have had some contact with his girl at some point. You want to see that nigga act crazy or change, start shaking anything. Men cannot handle that. I don't know. Hey, Kat, can women handle that? Can women handle the fact that another woman, whether you know her or not, might have slept with your man? Y'all cool like that, or just men petty like that?
I mean, in real life, like most men are hoes.
You can't prove that.
No, you can't. They prove it for themselves. Like they talk too much. So I don't know. Like the stigma is a man can sleep with however many women he wants to, and he can still like judge another promiscuous woman. So
right, nothing wrong with that. All right, so this is what we're doing. Things you say or do to let someone know you hit that without saying you hit that. Come on, Sly. What you got, brother?
Yeah, we went out a few times.
Oh shit!
Come through, Sly.
Here you go, Sly. So your boy come in with the girl and shit, and you just walk up. Hey, how you know her?
who asked that? Like, how do you know her? Like, who asked that?
I know
you. Nigga trying to let you know he hit it.
It's like they on a date or they out. You see her and they out, and you call her by a different name. You remember Soul Food? He was like Cola. Cola. You know what I'm saying? You call it.
Hey, Sly. He come in. Hey, this is my girlfriend, Kat. Hey, Squeaky, how you doing?
Man,
you do, Squeaky.
Look. Man, if she, especially if she done told this dude to like never call her by his name, or like her family is on the people that call her that name, and you know it, and you call her by it.
Hey, that nigga gonna be like, Squeaky? When your name became Squeaky? Oh shit! Come on, Ro. Come on, Ro. Give me one.
Ro,
you on mute, Ro.
Come on, Veli. Come on, Ro.
I mean, I know her, but I don't know her.
Come on, Veli.
Veli, what you got?
On phone now. I bet you ain't talking about
her. So your man introduced you to the girl. You be like, hey, is that your girl or is that your girl? Well, you know how to drive a nigga crazy, say some shit.
But when a nigga hit you with that, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they be like, hey, when somebody say, y'all ain't never met before? You sure? Y'all ain't never met? Because she seemed like y'all know each other. Like, nah, y'all ain't never fucked. I ain't never fucked her.
But she sucked my dick though. Hey, that's the code.
Motherfuckers forget that whole admission. They forget that part of the question.
Hey, that's the coldest line Martin ever said. Nah, I ain't fuck her. But she sucked my dick though.
Yeah.
What about this simple one though? So you need to play it off.
What?
Man, so how your mom doing?
Oh.
How's the family?
No. Here you go. Be like, hey, you still live up at that spot? You still live at that spot?
Hey, what about this shit when you know more? I guess I could say intimate details.
Right.
Man, I gotta get her something to drink. Well, yeah, she like a 7 and 7. Get her a 7 and 7. you know her drinks and birthdays and favorite colors.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, light salt around the rim for the margarita. She like them dirty.
3 olives. She like 3 olives.
That's almost as bad as when the new guy ordered her food. Yeah, let me get the honey barbecue. Hey dog, you know she like hot barbecue.
I'd be like, hey man, hey, no. Hold the door open for it. I'm telling you. Hold the door open for her.
Like that.
I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know.
No.
Hold the door open for her. All the time.
I will say this conversation is extremely enlightening because I really had no clue men were messier than women.
Oh, the cat! No. This is
some messy pillow talking shit.
Cat,
First of all, if
Let
you
Cat talk. Let Cat talk.
intimate with a woman and like see her on the street and not know how to behave, then you shouldn't have got the pussy in the first place.
This is
too late, but he got it already.
Too late.
But see, there we go. So why the fuck is he all in the business? Sit your ass down. Don't matter the fuck I drink. I don't drink with you, nigga.
I say no all the time, Cat. When they ask me about you,
you just said you fuck with bitches who drink 7 and 7. That's a lounge drink. You like lounge ladies. Look, I see. You like the lounge.
Bro told a story. He was in the Fox and the Hound. Fuck with you.
No, you just said she want a 7 and 7.
Who cares?
Don't nobody want to know what Gertrude be drinking with you. Beatrice could drink whatever she wanted.
Wait a minute, why she
All
saying
I'm saying is this conversation extra messy. If you mess with a woman, why are you pillow talking?
No, we're not pillow talking.
You are pillow talking.
No,
who the fuck cares if you slept with this lady?
Cat, I'm done. Like I don't do that. I don't say that.
I'm just
saying. Boy,
always deny.
Y'all all, hey, this is
excuses.
very. I thought only women sat around and
Cat,
talk
I'm a
like
virgin.
This. I was so surprised that
I'm a
men
virgin.
sit
I
around
don't say nothing.
and talk like this. Like
this is for entertainment.
Y'all actually go out your way to tell another nigga that a woman you slept with was with.
No, hell no. No.
Well, 3 of us on this panel is married, so we ain't talking about a damn thing.
So if you want me to tell you
Stop
the truth,
recommending these young people out here pillow talk like that. If you slept with somebody, that's your motherfucking business, unless you want the world to know.
No, sometimes let me explain something to you, Cat. This big brother talking to you. All right, when a man fucks a woman, let me just break it down to you. When a nigga fuck a bitch, all right,
like liquor.
It's like pissing on. It's like a dog pissing on a fire hydrant. He's marking his territory, so he's always gonna let. I want to quote somebody. I want to quote Mike. Mike is the creator of Inside the K. He helped set the website up and everything. At the age of 14, maybe he was 15. He told me this. I'll never forget it. He said, "When I get with a chick, CB, I do every single thing with her. Everything. I'm talking about everything. So when the next nigga get her, he can't tell me that I bet you she didn't do this to you. I bet you she ain't do that. I done did everything." He told me this at the age of 15. Brilliant man. 15 years old. Had that kind of insight.
Is he married right now? Is he having
that's wisdom.
a life right now?
I'm not allowed to talk about that right now, Kat.
You aren't, because I bet he isn't. Because that's some dumbass advice. Women, look, let me tell you something. Dicks,
okay. I'm gonna
dicks
say
look
something.
the same in vaginas, y'all. Real life. It's not the dick. It's the individual. So we could care less. If we slept with you, it was never your dick in the first place because the next nigga has one. See, while you think pussy is you could get pussy wherever, women truly do understand that if you're gonna enter me, I gotta like you for something else. So if she slept with you, you actually should be grateful. But instead, you're taking it like a notch. And then to have the gall to have a conversation with your niggas like, did you hit it? Oh, I know her, but I don't know her. Like, if you're gonna talk about it, we fuck. Like, I didn't know y'all had to play games with each other to get the truth out. Like, women will say, well, no, I fucked him already.
No. See, okay, Kat. I'll let you talk. So let me explain.
Good job, Kat.
Because everybody else is married. Everybody else is married.
Good job.
So, Kat,
no, it's over. It's the
comedy section.
Slide.
Kat, this your other big brother.
It's over. She fucked it up. The segment's over.
No, it's not over. Bro. You
I'm
always
just
interrupting me.
You need to stop pillow talking. Don't nobody care who you stuck your little raggedy thing in. If she not walking around proclaiming it, because see, that's the ultimate. When a woman walks around and be like, no, Darnell got it, Slag got it. When she say that lets the other bitches know don't touch it or touch it your own risk.
I'm mad as hell cat naming all these old ass names.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to relate to Sly ass. He fucking with the 7 and 7 shit.
So Kat, that's a funny joke. Like, I have to tell you the joke some other time. But I think what you're saying is true. But at like, I don't know, mid-30s to where I am now at 43, like, guys, these grown men or young men, they kind of slick with it now. Now they'll say, hey,
the fuck you think I'm 11?
No. I said guys, Kat. I said if this is another guy asking me like currently today, it's something like they would say, are y'all dating or you with that or something? And
but I guess what I'm saying is how dare he? How dare he? How dare he? It's none of his business whether or not. Y'all need to stop pillow talking.
My answer is no, Kat. My answer is always no.
And your response should be, it's none of your motherfucking business.
No, because that's saying yes. So my answer is always no.
No, it's not saying yes. It's saying the truth.
No, yes is no, Kat. No is yes.
In. Why do you want to announce it? Why does it have to be a proclamation? You're not putting a flag on a planet, my nigga.
I just told you.
I'm tired of this shit. That's just the truth gonna have to come out. Hey y'all, CB, Drew, Rose, look at here. Me and Kat been lovers for 91 days now.
I believe it. I'm gonna talk about that later on.
And 91 and a half days.
Thanks, Kat, for shitting on that segment. People usually entertained by it.
Shit all over it.
Shit on the segment. Cook me some chicken wings.
All right, let's move on.
Y'all gonna stop with these 17-year-old conversations. I'm an adult. So you're not gonna come at me like, do you tell your friends if you fuck the girl?
Oh, shit.
Y'all know how to piss this woman off, man.
We just got chastised, man. I feel so small right now. I knew I shouldn't have participated in CB's foolishness.
Here we go. Welcome back to Inside the Cave. Before we get to news, rumors, and gossip, I forgot. The HeToo movement, the first HeToo of 2019.
Fellas, your voice deserves to be heard. Speak up and speak out. With the HeToo movement on Inside the Cave. Hashtag HeToo.
And we got a lot of them. I don't need to explain it. Let me just list them. Let me get y'all opinion on it. Number 1, James Brown. R.I.P. to James Brown. The man is sitting in his grave, and some woman, who knows the story, said that he... Why bring that shit up now? Said that
he forced himself on her.
Come on,
limo? Man. Was it in a limo?
I feel good.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. See, that's why I got Sly on the show. I wasn't. Sly was gonna do that.
Hey. Why let me get up and do my thing?
Let me get up and do my thing.
She couldn't stay with the rape. She hit the home run and said that he was murdered and his wife was murdered.
Mm-hmm. Well, Also, I want to add Bow Wow to the HeToo
How the
movement.
fuck you go from James Brown to Bow Wow?
Bow Wow got his ass whooped by his girlfriend, who he did not hit back, and social media has been clowning him. Now, if he would have beat her ass, it would have been, why would Bow Wow do something like that? Little Bow Wow know better than that. He would have turned straight from Bow Wow to Shad Moss, and everybody would have had an issue with him. So for that, I'm adding him to the HeToo. And I want to add Janet Jackson to the HeToo movement.
Ooh, hold up, man.
Let me tell you the reason why. On the Super Bowl, Adam Levine performed and took his whole shirt off, and nobody said nothing. But Janet Jackson performed and showed a nip slip and was banned from the Super Bowl, and both of these were on CBS. And I'm the one that has called Janet Jackson a high-class prostitute, but I had to have her back on this. This was totally wrong. This was totally wrong.
For real, man, you really comparing men boobs to women boobs?
That shit was wrong, bro. I mean, it was.
I agree. When he took it, and I thought at first he was gonna make like a statement by taking his shirt off, by saying like a titty, a nipple, it don't matter, body, humans. But he didn't even do anything. Like, he could have made it relevant for like an apology for Janet, and he didn't.
Hold on, time out. You are trying to compare a topless man with a 40-year-old titty on a Super Bowl, man, for real?
Principle, bro. It's the principle.
To me, it's literally about like if you can drink my fucking milk out my tit, if my tit gives you life, why do you care if I have it out? Because you want to sexualize
stop
it?
Stop with this nonsense.
And the halftime show.
You can't try to use this platform to try to justify.
Hold on, conspiracy theory guy.
Y'all trying to make everything normalized and all that other bullshit. Society does not accept women walking around topless. It's not the same thing.
It was a comparison.
It's a terrible comparison. Let me say this. You can walk around in the city in the summertime with a bikini top on. But if you walk around with a lace bra on, you're fucking getting arrested. It's the same thing, but it's different material, serves different purposes.
Sure, I don't give a shit about the material. We're talking about lack thereof. We're talking about
I was using that as an example.
Bro, from the time Janet Jackson performed with Justin Timberlake and she got banned from the Super Bowl, right? Any other halftime performances have not done this, male or female, right? They don't even come close to it. Since Janet Jackson does Justin Timberlake, they scrutinize more halftime shows, and then you get up to
and I get that.
You get up to the Beyonce with the Bruno Mars, right? They had no idea she was gonna come out and do what she, with the all black, and they had no idea about that. Now they even scrutinize it even more to the point where they want to know what you're wearing. They telling you what you can and can't do. Remember, people not getting paid, so they don't have as much freedom as they want when they performing on the Super Bowl, right? So I think even when he did what he did, he kind of knew, like, man, should I do it or should I not do it? And he did it, but the halftime show was whack anyway. Everybody had changed the channel anyway by halftime. So it's unfair because Janet Jackson she took the rap back then, and Justin Timberlake didn't come to help her. And then here go Adam Levine doing the exact same shit that she got in trouble for, got banned for, and he doesn't even make any reference to Janet Jackson.
No, we're talking about a Caucasian dude tatted up. They would not let Wiz Khalifa do that shit at no Super Bowl show. Like, a tatted up black body is not going. A black woman's breast.
Now that's an argument I can get behind, but to compare him with Janet Jackson, titty out, a female titty out on the Super Bowl is not the same thing as a male with tattoos. Stop that. I'm not going for that. Now, you want to make it a race issue? You want to make it about Wiz Khalifa or Lil Wayne?
Did Didn't Janet have on a pasty? Didn't she have a pasty over her nipple?
No, she had a freaking nipple
No,
ring.
she had a nipple piercing. And again, this is why I say, like, I'm always gonna defend black women, because she's like her. It's like a negative connotation with her. It couldn't have been that it was a beautiful black titty. It was that her titty was out. Why is it? Because it's a black woman's titty.
It's a titty.
It was, but no. Hold on a minute now. Caucasian women, white women's breasts are out all the time. My mother and I
at the Super Bowl.
Man, if that was
watched the naked bike ride. A street full of naked white women riding bikes down Chicago Street.
But not at the Super Bowl.
It doesn't matter where it is. Why can white women walk around with their titties out and we can't?
This was meant to be a joke.
But we talking about the Super Bowl. We talking about the Super Bowl. You can't talk about the bike weekend. You changing the subject.
All right.
I don't care whose titty was out. It's the Super Bowl.
I'm not changing the subject.
The Super Bowl needed a real titty to be out.
That when it comes to African American women's bodies and how African American women are perceived, her story is not one of victimhood. We don't look at it like, damn, he put his hand on her titty. He pulled his hand off her titty. So that's how her titty got out. We're not looking at it like that. We're looking at it like, yeah, a black woman showed her breast on television. What a bad thing. But then it was totally okay for a tattooed white man to show his chest, his bare chest, on a national stage. That's all I'm saying.
It ain't the same thing.
All right. We moving on. We moving on, bro. We moving on.
Hey, Captain Saver, bro. That's what Road done turned into.
Here we go. This is welcome back to Inside the Cave. News, rumors, gossip, and reality.
News, rumors, gossip, and reality with Cat on Inside the Cave.
Doing it big right now.
Basically, Virginia's governor Ralph Northam's college yearbook shows him in blackface. Despite facing fierce demands from across the country, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam refused to resign in the aftermath of his medical school yearbook page surfacing, showing one man in blackface, another person wearing a Ku Klux Klan robe. All right. There's a lot in there. What do you guys think about that?
This slide talking, I think that the guy doesn't know what to say. Like, he could have came out and owned it and dealt with it. I think he did come out and own it at first, and then he backlashed and went back, and I don't know if it is me, bunch of shit. Man, stick to one story, the truth, and deal with the rest of the bullshit, right? Now he's like, I don't need to go anywhere. And I think they even threw salt on his lieutenant governor.
Yeah, he's facing an uphill battle because now they say he sexually assaulted a woman too. So,
you know what I find completely funny in this whole story is that this isn't an 80-year-old man. You think some 70-year-old man. This was in 84. Like, it wasn't during the 60s or something. You know what I mean? It wasn't during the 50s. They was doing this shit in 85. Like, you know what I mean? That's what's funny about this whole thing. And what's real bad about it is that people now can drudge up people's past so easily. Yet, this is always the tip of the iceberg. And I think it really speaks to how many other senators, how many other judicial people, judges, DAs, did things like this in college. Like, this is a college yearbook. Medical school wasn't a major school, but it was medical school. This is on his identifying page. My kids had pages like this because they played sports, and normally it's 3 or 4 pictures from you during the year, whether you was in Glee Club or you did a play or you was a musical person. That was a party. He was one of those people, guaranteed. But just like a woman said on the video that I shared, even if neither one of them is him and it's his friends, it's still bad. He has to speak to this. And instead of stepping up like a man and owning the shit, and having a heartfelt apology about, here's the thing. If I thought something 20 years ago, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, I thought that 20 years ago, but because I've matured and I've learned some things, I've since changed my position. That's what men do. And all I see on television, whether it's a celebrity or a politician who gets their hand in a cookie jar, all I see is cowards who are ashamed to stand up for what they did, their behavior. He's a coward.
Hey, that's so interesting. The next story is about Liam Neeson expressing regret for once contemplating a racist revenge. So he revealed that years ago he contemplated carrying out a racist revenge attack after someone close to him was raped. She handled the situation of the rape in the most extraordinary way, Neeson told a newspaper which published an audio expert. But my immediate reaction was, did she know who it was? No. What color were they? She said it was a black person. I went up and down areas with a kosh, hoping I'd be approached by somebody. I'm ashamed to say that. I did it for a week, hoping that some, and he gestures with air quotes, a black bastard would come out of a pub and have a go at me so, I could kill him. So do you feel the same way with Liam Neeson expressing how he felt?
Who is he? I don't even know who he is.
He's the Taken man. He's an actor.
I have a certain set of skills.
Yeah. Now, under what I said about stepping up, to me, this is 100% different. And this is the reason why. Yes, you get credit for owning up to some shit, but my problem with this has nothing to do with owning something like a man. The problem is that he wouldn't have done it if it was a white man. That's my problem with this situation. So yeah,
good point.
You get some credit, but if she would have said, first of all, you asked the question, and then if it was just a white boy.
Okay, but hold on, bro. Now you just emphatically implored us to hear that if someone apologizes, if they recognize, a man recognizes where he was wrong. He did just that.
And I acknowledge that.
Because of his circumstances, he can't apologize for it.
No, I didn't say he couldn't apologize. I gave him credit for that. I said the only problem I have is with the original crime. But I'm not judging Liam Neeson today. I didn't even.
We should be cool with it. We shouldn't feel as the black delegation. We don't, be against him, do we?
No, I didn't. I'm not calling for his head. I didn't post none of them taking KKK things. I don't give a fuck about what Liam Neeson's doing today. He apologized. And it seemed heartfelt.
I'm just making sure because that was interesting that both stories kind of connected in a sense.
I remember
when I give him all types of credit for that. But like I said, in viewing the problem, like I said about the 1985 thing, it's like, but when you asked her that, why did you get so enraged because it was somebody black, but you wouldn't have had the same energy if it was somebody white? You get what I'm saying? So that's where I'm questioning him at. But yeah, if he don't feel that way today, that's between him and his God.
All right, we can move on to the next one.
Awesome. Bow Wow. According to Fulton County Sheriff's Office, the rapper has been charged with battery, substantial physical harm, which is in conflict with what we were told earlier. ATL cops tell TMZ there was some sort of dispute between Bow Wow and the woman at 4:15 a.m. Saturday. When they arrived, the woman claimed Bow Wow assaulted her. He claimed it was the opposite. Both Bow Wow and the woman sustained visible minor injuries. As a side note, the altercation is rumored to have started because she was allegedly flirting with Shaquille O'Neal.
Ugh.
Well,
this shit's hilarious.
my take on that is Bow Wow knew better. He knew he can't hit her, and he definitely can't hit Shaq. So he had to just sit back and take that shit.
But what did he take? Because
he took an ass from old girl.
No, I'm talking about as far as the story goes. I don't believe the story, because here's the thing about celebrity news that is 100% shocking, and it was sad is this kind of ties into the Jesse thing from last week, right? So So you trying to tell me that Bow Wow took a mugshot with his face all scratched up, and this chick ain't got no marks whatsoever, but she took a beating too, huh? But she ain't got no marks, right? So I'm confused on why he got arrested, and he's the one visibly assaulted. But
because it go by who called the police, bro. That's the who's the complaining person,
and that he's a man.
Or because we don't know, or we don't know. Like we don't. Apparently, from what it's saying, they're not releasing why he's arrested. They're not saying that it has. It just says that he's in custody. That's it. Like it did. Well, he's probably not right now. He's got.
Read it again, Kat, because that's not what it inferred. Go ahead, read it again.
It said, according to the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, the rapper has been charged with battery, substantial physical harm, which is in conflict with what we were told earlier. So obviously they have some sort of evidence to charge him with something.
Kat, you saying that with a straight face, for real?
I am saying it with a straight face.
So they need evidence to arrest black people.
Again, I'm so sorry that, I just can't subscribe to, like the internet giving me the truth. We don't know what happened. We don't know what he did or what he said or how he was feeling, if he was drunk, if he pushed her, if he muffed her. We don't know what happened.
But
obviously they might know something more. I'm not saying that he did anything, and I'm not condoning violence. I think that's the wrong way to do it anyway. I could care less why they fought or argued. I just think we have to be careful in situations like this, because siding with anybody, it's a sad situation for both people.
I think it's great that he didn't hit her, and he took his ass whooping like a man from a woman. That's it. I go take my picture at the police station. I took my ass whooping. You can see these scratches, all that shit. I'm gonna take my ass whooping because I still got to talk to my mother, sister, and all the other women in my family. What?
But that's not what Kat. But listen, if you take what Kat is saying and what the report says, he didn't take no ass whooping. He got arrested.
We don't know that. We don't know if he kicked the shit out of her. You can't take a picture of that.
Yeah, okay, but you missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is...
No, you missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we can't see what he did, so it's not on the picture.
But they said but we could see.
They said that he had visible marks, which makes sense. If you're fighting a silly ass young ass girl with 95-inch stiletto nails, you're gonna get your face scratched.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly.
You're gonna get scratched. But anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah, move on.
Maybe my reading comprehension is bad, but it says when they arrived, the woman claimed Bow Wow assaulted her. He claimed it was the opposite. Both Bow Wow and the woman sustained visible minor injuries.
Well, he just didn't hit her in the head.
Right, so because she ain't got a may not, he didn't hit her good enough or something? Are we arguing that his hit didn't leave a mark, so it wasn't for real?
Yeah.
I'm questioning, is it to be believable in this social media age that she didn't take to Instagram and show all the pictures of her getting her ass kicked?
And I will double down with that. Is it believable in this social media age that they're telling the whole story? I mean, I'm just saying, like, if our argument is don't believe the internet, then let's be sympathetic to both parties. But anyway, ICE arrested rapper 21 Savage. He's facing Missing Sunday's Grammy, where he's nominated for the Record of the Year rock star after he was taken into custody by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. His legal representatives have linked his arrest to lyrics denouncing the family separations at Mexican borders. In an extended version of his 2018 track, A Lot, 21 raps, "We went through some things, but I couldn't imagine my kids stuck at the border. Flint still needs water. Niggas was innocent, couldn't get lawyers."
Dope song.
Dope verse, dope song. Yeah, he changed that verse. Yeah, dope verse. And ICE came and got his ass.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was him. I've been listening to that shit. I didn't even know that was him. Cause Big Sean on that shit too, ain't he? Ain't Big Sean on that song?
Big Sean didn't perform with him when he was performing that song.
I thought it was a version with Big Sean on that. Anyway, it's a good song though.
And don't forget to add that the social media truth movement is claiming that he also owned his masters, which is a stretch for me. I don't see. Can somebody on the panel please help me understand why everybody is running to the rescue of 21 Savage? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not reposting that shit. I'm not speaking on that story. I just don't understand why are we wrapped up in 21 Savage in his deportation thing. What's going on with that? Please.
But I think because of the immigration issue and what's going on with the country, bro, right at this moment, and the time that he dropped the verse, he rapped the song and he dropped that verse, and coincidentally, what's really going on up to date with immigration, the immigration laws. Even though he was born in the UK and in England, and it's not Mexico or someplace else, it's like, oh, let's make an example out of him, even though he's nominated for a couple Grammys.
I don't know why they don't take Trump's wife.
I don't know neither.
All right, what else? Last story, Kat.
You're fine.
It's not really a story. I'm gonna let y'all talk about this because I don't get what this means. Actor Jussie Smollett calls himself the gay Tupac after recent attack here in Chicago.
Is he even qualified to call himself Tupac and then put the gay Tupac after that? Is he even qualified?
What does that mean?
You know what, Kat? A lot of people don't even believe this story. A lot of people think that he made this story up.
But what is a gay Tupac?
I have no idea.
I can explain if y'all really want to know.
Yeah, I want to know, in the context he was trying to say.
Elaborate.
Okay, so what he was saying was, is that he fought back. Is that he's a rebel in his gayness, and Tupac was a rebel, and he's standing up for truth, and he's standing up for the LGBT. And if he got to take persecution behind that, then he's the gay thug life. Like, you know what I mean? He went hard. That was his portrayal of the situation.
Tupac said, "I ain't a killer, but don't push me." And what is it? What is the line?
The sweetest thing to joy next to getting pussy.
Getting pussy. So how does he compare himself to Tupac?
Well, boy, pussy. We just explained that the last segment.
Oh shit!
Here we go. Songs that the gay Tupac we don't want to hear from gay Tupac. Come on, Sly, give me one.
Oh shit.
How do you want it?
How do you want it? Hey, what about Hit 'Em Up?
How about I Get Around?
Let me see you toss it up.
You mean Ambitious of a Rider?
Ambitious of a Rider.
Thug Passion. Thug Passion.
What about Passion? Strictly for my niggas.
I Get Around.
Dear Mama, Hey Mama.
Oh, she said Hey Mama.
What about What's Your Phone Number?
What's the song? Temptation. He was like, hey. Temptation.
Oh, what about Me and My Girlfriend? That gives a whole new meaning to Me and My Girlfriend.
Oh yeah. And that's.
Y'all gotta see y'all.
We're gonna stop emasculating Tupac right now. Shout out to Tupac.
I think y'all forgot some Tupac songs.
I know a lot of.
You forgot a lot, man. You kind of shot that one. I mean, listen, you don't give us a script now. I mean, we gotta shoot from the hip.
Nigga,
and then Andrew ain't around. Where you go? He was witty one.
Okay, here we go. This is Around the Cave. Like I said, Kill Yourself, Start Over, 0 to 100. This is a rant from everybody on the show.
Had a long week? Need to get some stuff off your chest? Do it now! Let's go 0 to 100 real quick.
Real quick. Real fucking quick, nigga. 0 to 100, nigga. Real quick.
What you got this week, Kat?
Recently, as of like this morning, not too far from Chicago in a different county, I won't say what, the police did a police like sting a prostitution sting.
Uh-oh.
They rounded up a couple of guys, and of course, the social media is so crazy right now that when you arrest someone, you're basically tagging them in a post if you put it on Facebook. So like people can click their picture. So there was this big prostitution ring, and they tagged everybody's name in it if they had a Facebook. And so a lot of people found out that a good friend of theirs had gotten arrested in this prostitution ring. And I'm just bringing it up because I want to, implore to guys to like, don't listen to CB about buying the pussy, because you will get in the middle of a ring and get locked up. Like,
I
stop.
did not.
Like,
you say go get a prostitute.
No. Let her finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean the one profession in which you are taking monetary return for vagina. Like, yeah, that profession. Those ladies' jobs are technically illegal. So just like if you get locked up because you got an ounce of weed on
let her talk.
No, Kat is so full of shit. Stop.
She is. But
I'm just
5 minutes ago you were saying it was
and now I'm being shot as the messenger. They're arresting you niggas for finding bitches on Tinder. You looking at your cave crush, you inboxing her, she like, yeah, let's go kick
I'm
it.
done with Kat.
And now you're getting locked up. I don't give a shit if you done with me, my
I'm
man.
done.
You ain't gotta
crush.
be with me, my man. I don't need your cosign. I'm just telling y'all, just like I read the news, I'm reporting the news.
Good job.
Some men got
She
locked
just
up.
told them that they can't buy pussy. What's wrong with buying pussy?
He didn't say buy the pussy. He said pay for it. Pay for it. He didn't say
Pay for the pussy is the equivalent of taking money out of your pocket and giving it to someone in exchange, whether agreed to or not, sexual favors. And this is the extreme. Yes, you're right. This is the extreme where a woman's task is to receive money, but it's not always a woman. Sometimes it's the police. So watch y'all motherfucking back out here.
Listen, let's take this from the Cleves. If you get caught up in a prostitution ring, while it's illegal, while you won't go to jail, do not be embarrassed on social media. Man, fuck them. If you had to go buy some pussy from a woman who was selling it, and you ain't out there raping nobody, and you ain't out there doing...
Oh, I'm sorry. It's also a public record. If I get locked up tomorrow for the 2 ounces in my titty, that's gonna be public record. Don't get mad because they putting all the crimes out there.
These are felonious charges.
And that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that somebody being embarrassed about that. If you ain't Mr. C looking for a tranny that look like a boy, then you shouldn't be.
Here it is.
It's a woman.
That's how I know, Cleves. I gotta watch you too. Just like I know Sid gonna steal out my purse. I know your ass. I gotta watch your ass.
I ain't gonna steal out your purse, Cat. I ain't gonna steal out your purse.
Like, your ass is gonna try to trap my dumb ass on a mountain some damn way. I'm on to you too, my nigga.
Cat, but I wouldn't let you hit the ground if I was falling myself.
You have to. I thought it was around. I'm gonna pull a big dog on y'all.
I know that's why. That's why I didn't say nothing, Cat.
I thought this was around the Cape. I was just putting it out there. Y'all need to watch y'all damn back out here on the internet, trying to meet somebody for a quick stick.
Oh my!
Get the hell out of here! You think so
I
low?
Apologize for I wasn't actually listening at the beginning of the segment. I didn't realize it was around the cave.
Nigga, you interrupt everybody's around the cave.
Go ahead, bro. What you got this week, man? What you got this week, bro?
I know. I got to defer now.
I'm gonna interrupt the shit out of it. I don't care what he's talking about. I'm gonna interrupt the shit out of it.
I thought it was another. I thought you was reading another story. My fault. I didn't. I didn't know.
Go ahead, bro. What you got this week? What you got this week, bro?
All right, I'm gonna give. Is it Kill Yourself not over yet, or is it Round the Cave?
Round the Cave. No more Kill Yourself and Stop Over.
Oh, okay. So I wanna snap about my Round the Cave is about the helicopters and the so-called drill they did in Los Angeles last night. Listen, if y'all want to do drills and y'all want to do y'all little practicing and y'all want to do y'all little military thing, man, I get that. You know what I'm saying? They got basis for that. You know what I mean? But listen, don't try to piss on my head and tell me it's raining. We know y'all training for martial law. Y'all want to get the lay of the land. That's why y'all do it in the major cities now. Because when y'all implement martial law, y'all gonna need to know where the crevice is and how the buildings are set up, man. But don't lie to me, okay? Don't make me try to believe that this is just some random drill. Just like when 9/11 happened, they took all the F-1s and they flew them on the other end of the damn country on some drill. Foolishness. Nobody's buying it. We too smart nowadays, and you can't pull the wool over our eyes. We just waiting for Jade Hell. And that's my round of game.
All right. What you got this week, Cat? I'll be honest, Sly.
My round the cave goes to the
man. Fuck that, man.
The State of the Union address from 45. I guess I'm gonna do this 0 to 100 style. So you don't mention anything about the school shootings. You don't mention anything about the police shootings of young blacks or blacks period. You don't mention any of these tragedies that's going on from state to state. You don't mention Puerto Rico. You don't mention the wildfires in California. You hold us in limbo with this potential government shutdown looming for February 15th because you don't want to be investigated. Well, here's some news for you, 45. It's their job to investigate the executive branch. There's a such thing as checks and balances, dumbass, and they're doing their damn job, dumbass. So allow them to do their job, dumbass, and maybe you can stay in office, dumbass, but hopefully not. Maybe, probably so. I don't know. Maybe, probably so. But you know what? I have to talk to my people to let you find out, dumbass. That's why I want 0 to 100.
All right, thank you, Sly.
Thanks for not interrupting, Cat. Love you.
Y'all on fire. Y'all on fire today. I got to say. All right, for my around the cave. Normally, next week is not Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. And normally,
what y'all give me for Valentine's Day?
Same thing I got you last year, Cat.
Coconut smile.
All right, you slimy motherfucker.
I don't know what that
Cat, me and my wife would love to have you.
Pause.
I would love to have your wife probably more than you anyway.
Damn. Remind me to edit that. All right, here we go. Normally on Valentine's Day, for the past 3 years since we've been doing this show, I usually clown all the women who don't have nobody for Valentine's Day. But I'm not going to do that this year because of all the heat me and Sly got on Christmas, or what we did on Christmas. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is help men understand women better and what women really want. There's a new movie with Taraji talking about what men. So I'm going to help men understand women better. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to use an example with our newest couple on Inside the Cave, Sly and Cat. They're our newest couple. Okay, now, so here's the example. Okay, Cat, read your line.
Hey, babe. I just found out we're getting $3,000 back on our tax return. I know it's not a lot, but I think maybe we could put $2,000 away and spend $1,000 on a vacation. What do you think?
Now, stop right there. Now, most guys, when their woman comes in and talks to them, they don't know what to say. So a lot of times they will say something like, hey, Sly.
Okay, that's cool.
That's the wrong answer, because when your woman talks to you, she wants to conversate. She doesn't just want you to give her a one-word answer. She wants to talk. So, Sly, give the other answer.
Whatever you want to do.
Now, you would think this would be a good answer, a good response back to your woman, because you're telling her, yeah, go ahead and do what you want to do. But you got to remember something, fellas. A woman's going to do whatever she wants to do anyway. See, when your woman comes in and talks to you about a plan, she's already had her mind made up that she's going to do it, regardless of what you really think about it. She wants to talk with you, and it's your job to act like you're listening and act like you're interested in what she's talking about. So, Kat, ask that question again.
Hey, babe, I just found out we're getting $3,000 back on our tax return. I know it's not a lot, but I think we should put $2,000 away and spend $1,000 on vacation. What do you think?
Remember, fellas, your job is to conversate with your woman. She wants you to be a man and be assertive, but she also wants to do what she wants to do and be told that she's right. So the correct answer is this, Sly C.
I disagree, babe. I think instead we should spend $1,000 on a vacation and maybe put 2 G's away for a rainy day.
There it is. CB's relationship advice and telling men what exactly women want. Like that, Ro? I know you didn't know nothing about that. You like that, Ro?
Who the fuck is the writer for this show? They need fired immediately.
You know they ain't getting no damn W-2s either.
Man, I need a SAG card.
You know what, CB? You know what? I am going to 3,000% agree.
Thank you.
That was very well. Now, while my response would be, well, bitch, that's just what I said. I like the fact that, A, it was a way for my man to show he agreed with my plan by claiming the plan. Like, I get what you're trying to do.
That was the fiction.
Right, again, this is why I'm single now, because I'd have been like, well, damn, bitch, that's just what I just said. but I get exactly how you thought that out. That was dope.
Well, just like someone sent me a text, my wife actually sent me a meme saying, just a little advice. Even if she says she's not hungry, still bring her something to eat.
Yes.
Oh, man, don't you know it?
Man, I know that one, partner. I know that one.
Hey,
they gonna be all in your food.
You just gotta play the game.
And to give you guys some advice, it'd be those little tiny things. It'd be the extra taco you bring home that gets you some head that night. Like, we don't need you to dress a certain way. We don't need you to be a certain way. It's when you do little things for us, we remember and we give it back fourfold.
Well, see, that's so little. I get the head first, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I brought home.
That's because you're giving them Seagram 7 and 7. That's exactly what happens after a bitch that drank Seagram 7 and 7.
I promise you, I'm gonna tell you this story that why I use that 7 and 7 shit, because it's funny. Just like
because you was dating some old bitch. That's why.
Yo, just real quick.
Lizard. She a lounge lizard. It's all right.
Real quick, off subject.
Only old bitches drink 7 and 7.
I agree with Kat 1,000%. But real quick, off subject, like
only hole in the wall bars have
30 seconds, Kat. So it was this years ago. It had got to be like more than 10 years ago, right? I was dating this chick, or this chick was dating me, and she's at least 2 years younger than me, right? In a bar, and she asked the bartender, like, can I get a 7 and 7? And I didn't know what the fuck a 7 and 7 was.
He was fucking some old nigga.
Listen, bro. So I'm like, damn. So another time, she's like, man, come over to the house, stop and get me some Seagram 7. I went into a liquor store, first time purchasing this shit. It was like a half a gallon of this shit cost $7.50. Yeah. So
it sound like to me she thought you worked for the railroad.
That's when I started thinking like you, Kat. Like, what the fuck is this shit she got me drinking? And she 2 years younger than me. So then they prompted me to ask her the question when I go over her crib. I'm like, why are you drinking this shit? And she said she used to date a dude that was about 10 years older than her.
I told you.
And then this
fucking some old nigga.
And she like, Gerald, I love this. What is this we drinking, Gerald?
Hey, Hey, so when I see her,
I drank this when I leave the railroad.
so now when I see her, like that's the running joke. I like you still still drinking the same drink, Nana? Like I say it just like that.
I'ma hold it to your soul slag. You gotta educate some of these females. Bring her something a little bit better than Seagram.
That was her drink. Now I think.
No, that wasn't her drink. That was his drink. She was borrowing it. She could have borrowed another one.
Hey, she said that shit was cheap.
Especially when you was landing, right?
Hey, yeah, exactly. She was doing that. I have to bring no extra.
Slab, we got to move on. Slab, we got to move on.
If you drinking Seagram 7, you don't know who you talking to.
I wasn't drinking Seagram 7. Back then, I was drinking Hennessy.
Oh, my God. Oh, okay. Bro, did you like that? Did you like that little role play thing I did to help men out to understand women? Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it, man.
From a married man, do you think that would work though with your wife?
I mean, with my wife, no, hell no.
No, it wouldn't work.
Bro wife is answer is C and A. Like this what we
Hey, listen. I'm so bad. If I take $20 out of the savings account, I'm in trouble. So she actually want to hear, yeah, babe, you right. When you say me, you could be what or what? There you go.
You can either be happy or you can be married.
Got a problem? Need some advice? Send your questions and problems to Cat for Cat's Corner on Inside the Cave.
All right, here we go. This is Cat's Corner. Thank you to everybody who's been sending in Cat's Corners. Someone asked me, because I got that playlist on Spotify. Not Spotify, on Tidal. They said they did not know that Cat's Corner's music was the Pussycat Dolls. And they were like, I can't believe Cat will listen to the Pussycat Dolls.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?
Cat didn't choose that music. We had no idea Cat's Corner would still be around. It was supposed to be like a one-time thing. It would be a one-off. I wanted to pick some corny ass music.
Because I'm technically volunteering for this shit. You don't know if I'm gonna do this shit tonight.
Well, if you ever get a charge, Cat, they tell you do some community service, you can definitely throw these hours all back at their ass.
They gonna throw that shit right back at me. Like, bitch, we don't want none of this raggedy stuff. Like, come on, just read the damn letter.
Cat finna be famous in a minute, though, y'all.
This goddamn community service. I must have fucked up one time in my life too many.
Cat, we going to Sizzling.
Hey, Cat, well, I'll try to tell y'all. Cat's gonna be famous in a minute. Cat just got hired. Anyway, this is from, I'm gonna say, Celibate and
BB, you is snitching. You don't know who I owe money to on this damn show while you telling them something about my life.
Hey, Cat, when hasn't he snitched?
This community property over here, I get half, Cat.
Boy, you gonna get half for goddamn nothing. You better stop it.
Celibate in Sacramento. Can celibacy help me? I am in a brand new, exciting relationship, and I have been having some great sex. Emphasis on some great sex with 3 X's. I am finally done with quickies and immaturity in the bedroom because I found a man that knows and cares about pleasing me. He does it well. He is so good that I have become addicted and I can't even concentrate when he isn't around. I am focused on him daily and it's not good for my psyche. I recently brought up trying celibacy as a couple. To my surprise, he quickly said, okay. Now I don't trust him because I know he can't be celibate because I can't. I'm not sure what to do because now I have trust issues but I can't resist him at all. P.S. If you haven't made your woman feel like this, then just let Cat speak, please. Did I read that right? Okay. What'd you think, Cat?
I mean, have y'all made y'all woman feel like she can't focus or concentrate on y'all dick?
I'm guilty of doing that shit.
I don't know.
See, one thing.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to push the mute button because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I was going to say, that's exactly the answer I thought was going to happen. Married men understand that sex is just extra. It's just added. In real life, you know this bitch ain't going to kill you in your sleep every day. You know what I mean? Like, there are other things that are in relationships that matter a little bit more than pussy sometimes. Sometimes it's really like, I hope she pay that damn water bill on time. It's simple, and when she do, that make his dick hard. So I understand that this person must be a young person. This is a young individual because dick still controls her everything. Sweetheart, my biggest pet peeve on the Inside the Cave show are the people who write me letters that say everything is going great. What's wrong? If this man said, cool, fine, we ain't gonna fuck, he obviously know you still wanna fuck, so he just gonna, like CB says, agree with what you say. So the last segment could be a trick for him. He was supposed to be like, no, you gonna give me the pussy. So you could feel okay with giving him the pussy.
Yeah.
But I don't understand this letter. If you enjoy him, baby, if he is making you feel good, then it's all good. But if he's distracting you from your work, it's bad dick. Because good dick make you want to go to work. Good dick make you want to not take a vacation day because you want to save it for this nigga. Good dick makes you want to pay your bills on time. Good dick make you want to keep your nail appointment, your hair appointment. When you love a man, you want to be your best self. So it's not I'm late for work. It's bitch, I'm on time because I had my morning energizer and now I'm in this bitch to work.
Bring it on home, Cat. Bring it home.
If the dick is making you miss work, then it's bad dick. If the dick is making you lose money, then it's bad dick. If the dick is making you get money, then it's good dick.
There you go, Cat. There you go. That's my baby.
So can celibacy help her?
No, because it's not. Well, you know what? Yes, it can help her. It ain't gonna help him because he don't need no help. Don't write me about some man who's doing everything you want and you mad because you don't know what to do. Obviously, you need to control your loins. So don't make this man suffer because you don't want to give up no pussy because you don't know how to control it. It is not his responsibility to make you the better you. His dick don't control the better you. So you sound like you're wasting his time.
What you got to say, CB?
That was the closest thing to preaching you can get.
What you got to say, CB?
Cat, you must have read this. Cat, you must have read this letter earlier before we went on.
And obviously, it burnt a hole in my damn phone. I wanted to throw my damn phone away. Why on earth would any? And this is what I'm saying. This is how I know this is a young lady, because an older woman understands that your vagina is worth more money than this man could ever make in life. So you having sex with him, honey, ain't nothing. He can get it from somebody else. Treating you right. If he's being good to you, and even if your crazy ass say, hey, let's stop doing it, and he go, all right, cool, you should keep him around, babe.
Okay. I ain't got nothing to say other than she is a dick. She's a dick.
Yeah, be celibate. Be celibate with your man. But go fuck somebody else.
I don't think anybody gonna be able to give a better answer than what Kat said today. So
I had to get the other side of it. Shit.
Bro, you got anything to that?
No, like I said, you can put a pin in it. Cat preach right there, shit.
Yeah. Like, have you been practicing celibacy? Yeah, I've been practicing. I ain't good at it.
That's the dumbest shit on earth. Like, so I like it. So, I mean, that's different from fasting. Are you not having sex for religious reasons? Because I can't see women who don't have sex with their men because they mad. Like, why on earth would I deny myself some dick because you done some dumb shit?
That's what I'm talking about, Cat.
Give it up.
Time to make up, Cat. That's what I'm talking about.
It ain't a make-up. No, we ain't making up. I'm just scratching the itch, my nigga.
Break up to make up, Cat, baby. Break up to make up.
in a marriage is actually wrong for either party to deny. So, for instance, you can't go on a fast, like you said, fast, without checking with your spouse.
All right. Last word, Kat, and we'll move on.
We have to be very careful what we ask and pray for, because sometimes we get it and then we realize our flaws. You have to be careful when you ask and pray for a good man, and then you ask him to do something dumb and he just agreed because he loves you. We have a power as women. Don't abuse your power, ma. If you enjoy being intimate with that man, enjoy being intimate with that man. And if you don't want to be intimate with him, he's okay with it. You're in a win-win situation, boo.
Here we go. This is the next one. Cat's Corner. Aries mom. Cat, you read this beforehand too?
Do you want me to read it?
No, I just want to know, did you read it?
Yes,
before?
I read it.
Okay. How do you all deal with clutter? I am a Aries. See, I thought this was Aries was, all right, never mind. I am a Aries, and most know that us Aries can't stand a junky house and an over-furnished house. 2 years ago, I thought my husband and I saw this problem. Starting last November, our living room is back filled with clutters again. We have 2 exercise bikes, ab rollers, weight machines, and dumbbells all over the place. We still have normal furniture in our home as well. I have to.
Not now. I know what it's saying.
Okay, I now have to sit on the exercise bike to use our computer. It's out of control. What do you think will happen if he comes home?
She get a workout while she getting her stroke out.
Okay, she says, what do you think will happen if he comes home and everything is thrown outside? Let me answer that. I know what he's gonna think. He's gonna think you had another nigga in the house because your ass can't move no exercise machine out the house by yourself. That's what he gonna think.
She gonna ride that bitch out the house.
Go ahead, Kat.
That's so true, CB. That's so true. But to like, of course, I always have to bring it back. Black people, it's okay to talk to somebody. If you feel like your spouse is exhibiting hoarding behaviors, go talk to somebody because they will help you understand how to help them. Some of the symptoms of hoarding or things that hoarders do is they have a severe anxiety when you throw their things away. So if you were to throw everything away without him being healthy, it would it would make him feel like you're against him. And that's the opposite of how you feel because you love him so much. So yeah, if he's a real hoarder or he has hoarder tendencies, this is a serious thing like a eating disorder. It's the same thing as him sticking his finger down his throat and throwing up in the closet at 3 in the morning. Like it's the exact same thing. It is, and even hoarding is an anxiety disorder. It has to do with anxiety. So yeah, I know the biggest challenge for many Black women is to identify where their men have a lack and trying to help them get better. It's hard for us in that area, but I do implore you to try to convince him to come with you to talk to somebody. Because yeah, if you have too many treadmills in your bedroom, you can't fuck good. And fucking is part of a good marriage. And so if you got 1 million treadmills, you're not being sexy. You're not coming to bed and giving your man all your love. So it will come into, it will pose a problem to your intimacy. And intimacy is what keeps us with our strong Black kings. So I definitely implore that you research ways to help him throw things away so you can keep your sanity, because hoarding is some real shit. I have a good friend right now dealing with it with her guy, and he just doesn't like to throw things away, and she can't take it, and it is driving a wedge between them. But at the end of the day, she understands that this is like an illness, like it's an anxiety disorder. He gets anxious when you throw a receipt away. It makes him feel some kind of way. So work with your boo to get them healthy.
Now, Kat, wouldn't you think over this period of time that if it was hoarding, that it would have showed itself to be that? It doesn't seem.
Well, that's funny you should say that, because I always say to people, and again, I'm unmarried. And one reason why I am unmarried is because the representative don't affect me. I look and see how people live. I look and see their honest character before I move forward with them. So being able to spot a hoarder is very easy. You've never been to their house before. You don't really live with them until you're married, because hoarders tend to not want company. And so people who have a real disorder.
I didn't know that.
It's very true.
Yeah,
if you have
true.
a friend whose house you've never been to ever in your life, and you've been friends with them 20 years, it's most likely because their house isn't presentable to bring you to, and they understand that. But they also understand that the ability to throw things away means you're throwing away valuable memories. And every receipt and every piece of paper and every treadmill is a memory to him. And so by purchasing the memory, you want to throw the memory away. Of course, he doesn't see it like a thing like you see. So if it's really hoarding, it's a real issue. And I believe in you, sis. I believe in your king. And I believe that you know how to communicate with him to make sure he's healthy, because it's not a thing if he's doing something wrong. It's just the thing that is driving away. And hoarding will break up marriages. You can bring so many items into your home that you push your spouse out of it. That is factual.
That's true.
It's not necessary if you can work through it with your bae. So you're right. He probably showed hoarding things earlier. But you know how love do us. Love make us not see how filthy a motherfucking house is. Love make us not see the roaches until we invest.
So like if she'd have said like newspapers or like, because he got too many exercise bikes, like it don't.
No, like my mom does the same thing. My mother lives in a high-rise building on the 20th floor. This lady has 2 shovels. Why on earth does my mother, who lives in a high-rise building on the 20th floor, own not 1, but 2 shovels? Because in her mind, she's gonna need it. In my mind, you drive a truck, you don't need a shovel, but in her mind, it is imperative we have a shovel crowding up the back seat of the car.
Oh shit, she got a shovel in the vehicle.
She has a shovel in her house and a shovel in her car. She lives on the 20th fucking floor.
Yeah, well, that's
In a condo building in which they shovel and salt every time it snows. But
crazy.
in my mom's mind, so he has 2 treadmills, not because he wants to, but because you might ask him for one later, and he's gotta have it just in case.
That's some shit there.
God.
All right, I'm on Cat is smoking once again.
Man. You taught me something today, Kat. I had no idea.
I mean, hoarding, we all used to have that auntie or that uncle whose house was nasty as shit. They had Jet magazines from 1978 still in on their coffee table. You just think she loved old school. No, she can't let go of old school.
Like when I think hoarders, it's because I watched the show a little bit, so when I think extreme case.
Oh my God.
But every extreme case starts with, don't throw that away, let's keep that.
Man.
Don't throw that away, let's keep that. Oh, no, I need that. And it's like, well, why on earth do you need 2 Christmas trees? You live in a condo. And she's like, oh no, I need both of them. But you never know. That's what I hear a lot, but you never know.
Yeah.
Hey, Kat, my buddy Jason, he was telling me about his brother that just is stuck in the 70s. He will not leave the 70s and the early 80s. He said, but I think we talked about this on the show one time. his wife is happy with that because he won't leave the house. I mean, the man is stuck in the basement listening to old records and 8-tracks. And
that's very different. That's very different from hoarding.
But
Because
look,
he can be neat with all of his. He knows that every record has a place. He knows that every, bell bottom has
That's another disorder though.
Hey, Ro. My boy Jason, he called his brother because he live out of state. He said, "Hey, Jason, how you doing?" And he said his brother do stuff like, "Hey, come here, Fido. It's your Uncle Jason. Come talk to Uncle Jason." And Jason's like, "Man, I ain't sitting here talking to no dog."
That's a damn shame you laughing at that man.
Hey, Cat made me think about that, man.
I'm just saying, I knew two twins. I knew a set of twins. And if you're from the west side of Chicago and you ever took the Blue Line in the late 80s, you know exactly who I'm talking about. They were a set of twin ladies and they were literally stuck in the 70s. And they wore their clothes from the 70s and they were twins. So it was double the bell bottoms, double the afros. They were stuck. And that's very different from somebody who won't throw a receipt from pantyhose from 1972 away. Like, that stuff can go. So I do, I guess a final word for this would be, we're joking and it's funny, but if it's making you not your best self for your husband, he's got to respect that you want to look into it. And if having 2 fucking treadmills, I don't know if y'all know this, treadmills big as hell. Yeah. Treadmills are big. Why are there 2?
Even the small ones is big.
How did the second one get in there?
One for Fido.
Well, it's hoarding if one of them's broke. Like if he holding on to it, like
using it for parts. He using it for
I'm
parts.
sorry. The fuck? Can you run on 2 treadmills consecutively? Like you can't do 2 treadmills. Like
no,
2
she on one, he on one, but one's broke.
And it's not a his and hers thing, I'm very sure. And even if one is
I got the answer. Cat. He's setting that shit up like a gym. You know what I'm saying? Gym got more than one treadmill.
Not in your living room, man.
Yeah. Why not? It's like when you go to the gym, you get to look out the window.
Obviously.
You got the TV.
But here it is. So like, if you turn your living room into a gym, you're not living, you're just gymming.
He gonna be a trainer. He gonna have people coming in.
But it's next to the computer. She got to sit on the
It's just like going to your gym now. You got free Wi-Fi in the gym. Go sit down.
But you also don't have a kitchen with a box of crunchy.
You get a protein shake out the kitchen.
He
making protein shakes too. He making recovery shakes in the kitchen.
But he also don't have to look at the ironing board in the corner if he at the gym.
I will say this. Great
job. You ain't no treadmill behind you.
Hey, Cat, I will say this.
No, I don't.
I mean, I don't know if you helped them, but you definitely helped me. There was some good answers today. I had no idea about hoarding.
I did.
On point other than that titty at the Super Bowl out.
Yeah.
According to Roland, she should have hoarded her titty.
That was pretty good. That was real good.
Hey, ladies! It's time for To Tell the Truth. Ladies, let's talk about it with Sly on Inside the Cave.
Ladies, what's happening? Tell the truth. Am I reading the answers? I'm going to read the answers from the question that I asked last week, which was, why is it that women insist on keeping their ex-husband's last name and do not want to give it up after a divorce?
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of responses from this. Like CB, what did you call him last week?
I don't know. What did I call him?
Bitter bitch. Bitter bitches.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to hear the responses you got from women.
I got a lot, Kat.
Give us the top 5.
This is epic. Hold on. Kat is actually interested in Sly's segment?
Right.
Yes, I am. I didn't get to answer. I'd love to hear how other women feel.
Yes.
I got at least one man that had something to say too.
Let's go, Sly. What you got?
The This is from a friend named James. He says, I didn't care. I told my ex she could keep it. Her and the second Mrs. Galladay can figure that mess out. So that's from a man. That's from a man. Artesia, TT, she responded, because my kid has that last name. When I remarry, he can have that shit back. Till then, kick rocks.
Hey, who said that?
TT.
That's petty as hell. I like TT also, but look.
Hey, just read the ones that don't believe that they should keep it.
Okay, go.
That don't believe. Oh, okay. I gave mine up within a year or less. Gone. See ya. I never understood that shit either. Another that was from Veronica, a person by the name of Leah. She said they're just lazy.
That's what I said. I said that too. They just don't feel like going through the process.
Does your wife, Roland, have your last name?
My current wife or my ex-wife?
Either one.
Yeah, well, both of them.
So they both still refer to your last name?
Yes. And that's why I laughed at the beginning of the segment last week. I was like, can you please ask my ex-wife that? Because I never understood it either. She's still walking around with Slade. It's crazy.
Okay. I mean, I feel like you missed the compliment in that.
There ain't no compliment. Go. You got two more slides.
I'm sorry.
Kimbra said I gave mine back before it was finalized, before her divorce was finalized.
Atta girl, what's her name?
Kimbra.
Does your wife, CB, have your last name?
You damn right.
What if she said, hell no, I'm not going to take your last name?
Never would have got married.
I mean, we would have probably discussed that.
That is so interesting. That's kind of what I was waiting on.
Actually, let me tell you. Remind me to edit this because my wife says she's not part of the show.
Here's the last one, Cat, for you that doesn't believe in it. Says, I didn't mind. This is from Jamaica Edwards. She's a long time listener too. Thank you, Jamaica, for sending this response.
Like I know her.
I think you probably met her. I didn't mind having paperwork with me for a period of time after everything was changed. Social security card, driver's licenses, etc. I didn't have to carry anything. Once the divorce was final, I changed everything.
She should.
I could to include my book being published. He has no rights to any royalties in my previous last names. That was in the divorce decree. Even changed my military records. New life, new identity, no stress. It was worth it, and I would recommend it to anyone, and even help them if they ask. It wasn't a hassle for me, and I took 2 days and knocked it all out. That goes to the people saying it was lazy. That they were too lazy. I had everything organized. Over time, my youngest actually forgot what my last name used to be, and he corrects people for me if they say his last name, thinking that's what it is. It's not a bitter feeling. It's a feeling of freedom and no longer identifying with him. My older kids were okay with it also. He will forever be my kids' father. He's blessed with them, so without him, I wouldn't have them. But we parted, and the kids is the only reminder I need. That's just my opinion.
All right.
Well said.
I think that's the right way to do it.
I ordered her book too. She got a great book. I ordered her book. It's called You Matter. She's a great person.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll have her on one day. But that's where I agree. Like you can't pick and choose. I don't want to be married, but I want to keep his name.
Okay, but I'm gonna stop you there because my question to you is, what if she absolutely refused to take your name in the beginning? Because I love how you're totally cool with her giving it up, but it's kind of necessary in order for her to take you on.
So you're talking about the hyphenated?
No, I don't give a shit if you put this. I don't care if it's an initial. If you include this individual in your identity, what if she says to you in the beginning, I don't know what's going to happen. Let me keep my identity. You keep your identity.
Then y'all
you tie that. Hold on. I guess what I'm saying. Exactly. So you're saying you won't make it. But now, after it has not worked, you're totally anxious to get it back.
Yeah.
I'm saying be more careful with who
I wouldn't agree with that, Kat.
Well, I can hear because you said both of them still have your name. So that,
but I never
that tells me two things though. Number one, they're getting money under that name in some way. That's the only way they're keeping it, is if there's value in the name. Because again, men don't have to give their name away. A woman has to literally go and change her identity with Social Security. Like your little ID number on Earth has to be processed in order to change. So this is a huge step. Stop. Y'all talked about this last
No, I got something that supports what you're saying.
I didn't ask for your damn support.
But this is my segment. I'm asking you to pause. This is from Kelly.
You right.
This is from Kelly, and Kelly says, men are petty as fuck. If we marry you and decide to hyphenate or keep our maiden name, y'all cry and get all pissy about it. Plus, you don't own that last name, so quit whining. Jeez.
I disagree with that because you do own that name. That's why the fuck I took it. I'm not just taking your dick. I'm taking your grandfather and his father and his father. That's what I'm taking.
Well, unfortunately, Kat, in my case, it only goes to the grandfather, baby, because my papa was the
wherever he goes, don't front on your granddaddy. He gonna haunt your ass. He gonna tickle you till you pee on yourself in your sleep because you're fucking with him.
What do you mean?
That was your
Why
grandfather, and he bestowed that name. See, black people don't have value. We'll name our kids 100 letters, and there's no value in the name. See, I will take my husband's name because I'm choosing. I will choose. It's not even he coerced me. It wasn't a negotiation. It was my willingness to tell my grandfather, because again, that's not my grandfather's name. He made up the last name Lee. That's how we got it. So I'm a Lee from fictition. So when I take my husband's name,
Catherine Ross.
I'm accepting all the bullshit that comes with his family name.
Hey, Kat.
Now, I have a story to the contrary. I have a story of a friend who married her man, and she happened to have the same exact name, first and last, as his sister's first and last. This bitch fucked the name up. The sister fucked the name up so good that after this marriage dissolved between her and her man, and she tried to get a job, this sister-in-law had fucked her name up to where she had felonies.
What?
Names, my brothers, are important.
Mm-hmm.
Stop marrying women you would not want to keep. I appreciate the fact that both your wives have your name because your name has value.
I like that, Kat.
You had better stop marrying people and giving their. I'm not giving it back because I became one of the tribe. And just like a tattoo, I wear it now.
Absolutely.
So whether you like me or not, I'm a Wilson. Fuck the Wilsons, and I'm one of them. Because I'm married in. That's why marriage is such a big fucking deal. That's why when women divorce, and men don't have to do this. We have to get new fucking paperwork. We become new identities. So I can guarantee that any woman who changed her name was from an abusive man. A man who they could not bear his name anymore because they left scars. Otherwise, you keep like Tina Turner. I was Tina fucking Turner on stage.
Ain't that what I said last week?
And that's my name. So y'all better start taking your name and who you give it to very seriously, because it's just not for y'all. Y'all don't gotta change nothing. We gotta get new driver's licenses. Every time we fill out any application, even if we want to get a Best Buy card, we gotta put our maiden names, all of them. So y'all better cut it out. When it's a background check happening, your name still comes up. Even if you can't stand that bitch, it still comes up.
Kat, you on one today?
Damn, Kat. Kat, remind me to take you out again.
Yeah, you make sure you take her out for Valentine's Day, man. Make sure.
He better not bring none of that over here. I don't got no season 7, baby. I'm sorry.
Cat, wait a minute. We gotta go out before the 15th, though. I don't want the government to shut down.
Right, and this nigga from last year, we know that he sold up from the 13th through the 20th. So I have to catch him St. Patrick's Day. I'll see you St. Patrick's Day.
You know how it goes. I'm glad you know. My weekend is a book. You know these.
She said, "Where's your green, Sly?"
You got a Sly. You got a question for this week?
Yes, I do have a question for this week. Ladies, tell the truth, or fellas. All right, this is a unisex question. Have you ever gone out on a blind date and it turned into a very serious relationship? Maybe you even got married off this blind date. I mean, I got asked this question about a week ago, and I admit it, yeah, I've been out on some blind dates, but then I had to really think about it. Like, I went out on a lot of blind dates that I didn't think were blind dates back then. It's like one of your boys saying, "Hey, man,
what is a blind date?"
I'm going out with, I got me and my girl going out. She bringing one of her friends. Why don't you come too? Like, technically, that was a blind date. Like, we were double dating, but that was a blind date. But I have been out on a genuine blind date.
There's no such thing as a blind date today. Even matter of fact,
now it is
in the
bro.
last
Yeah,
10 years.
I thought it wasn't, but yeah, it is, yo. Cause I couldn't find nothing. Like it wasn't until I seen this person, I didn't know nothing.
Well, let me explain why. Because 10 years ago, I met my wife, and in this technological age, the first thing somebody gonna say is, "Send me a picture."
Bro, I'm with you. But the middle person that worked this, I'm talking about for me, and it was the setup was like, "Do you trust me?" And like we went through this whole rigmarole of bullshit.
So it was literally sight unseen.
Sight unseen, yo. It was I'm on, and like the date they was like, "Hey, all you gotta do is show up. This is the type of attire to wear, type of thing, and show up at this address." And look for this person. It was like look for this person wearing this color, and told her look for him wearing this color. And that's met at the door at the place.
I met plenty of people like that, and I knew them, but I didn't know them.
Nope. I honestly could say like that one time I was like, "Yo, this is a straight up blind date." It was like man, like you start seeing those commercials or remember those TV shows about blind dates? Hey, what's gonna be your out? You have somebody ready on speed dial to call you and say, "Hey, your house on fire, your mama in the hospital or something," just so you can get up out that jam. But this was at the date spot was the City Winery. It was actually a nice date. So hey, it's a nice date. Hey.
Hey, so what's the question again, though?
Have you ever gone out on a blind date and it turned into a serious relationship, maybe even marriage?
All right, cool. All right. Thank you all for listening Inside the Cave this week. Don't forget, go to...
slimy ass gonna let me answer this question.
Yes, please, Kat.
I'm sorry, Kat. I'm sorry. I thought you...
She batting 1,000 a day.
Go ahead. Let's hear it, Kat. Let's hear it.
Okay. Hell no, because I don't go to dates.
Cat ain't shit.
I don't go to dates. Are you serious? So your representative can show up and show out? No, thank you.
True.
Blind dates, just like first dates, are first auditions. And as any actor knows, there's callbacks. So no, I ain't never fell in love with nobody that I just met. A stranger? No, I've never fell in love with a stranger before. No.
So what you doing, Kat, dating people from the library? I mean, how's you?
No. I can go out, but see, this is what I'm saying. I can go out. I can have a good time. Hey, let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you a goddamn secret. I'm a jewel on the first date. First dates, baby, I bet 2 million. Like, I am a great first date.
You get us on the first date?
Our first date, you was not a jewel. You was not a jewel on our first date.
You ain't took my ass to the goddamn 4 for 4 at Wendy's before. You don't know what I do.
Hey, Sly, but did you know her or did you know her?
Right.
If he
knew me, If he knew me, he knew
we
to
used to
keep
go
his
out.
motherfucking mouth shut. Because people who know me like that know I don't kiss and motherfucking tell. So if I'm giving you this cookie, you're gonna keep that in your secret box.
You know
I'm not
I like cookies. You know
Hey,
I like
hey,
them
Cat,
cookies.
I got a, hey, Cat, I got a crazy suspicion that if somebody get them cookies, they hiding them cookies. They keep.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you this, because this is where I was finna go with this question too. I have great friends from first dates. I mean, guys that I still talk to, and this 10, 12 years ago, you took me out on a first date, but they knew they wasn't gonna get no pussy, but they wanted to still be around me.
They just waiting on their turn. They just
I
waiting
get
on their
that
turn.
because I know you ain't up because they drinking Seagram 7 and 7, so they're not shooting. But I'll tell you, people who drink good water and meditate, they have a gift. I have a light. My light just shines. I'm sorry. So number one, I have nothing to offer you. The first date, I let it be clear. I don't have anything to offer you. I have nothing to give you. Hey, and I want to say this too. What happened to back in the day when a gentleman caller came? He had to come with something in his hand. Like your great grandmama, your grandmama, when a boy came to pick her up, he came with something.
I still do that,
These
Cat.
niggas, look, let me tell you.
I come with something too.
I ain't got shit from Sly yet. As a matter of fact, Sly, you negative one, because I had to receive your shirt that came in the mail. So you're negative.
That ain't my fault. And then I tried to take you out on a date to the porn convention.
You ain't tried hard enough.
You stood me up when we was going to the porn convention, and you set me up. You stood me up on the porn convention. I had to take somebody.
That was the first date slide, the porn convention.
But I'm just saying, I think that question is a little. The first date, you shouldn't even know. You don't know. This is a stranger. Like Ted Bundy was a stranger. He met women and he was a stranger.
He was killing them hoes.
He was a stranger. Like, stop going out looking for your soulmate because it was a blind date. You got all the time in the world to get to know this individual.
He could be a serial killer.
And while we joking, we ain't joking. Like, that's real life shit. Everybody who laughed at your
laugh.
And this is for the guys. Like, I'm trying to tell you guys, like, stop it. Y'all be out with a chicken because she laughed at your jokes and she think your haircut fly. You think she wants you, and so you just go full throttle. And it's like, no, you don't know this lady. This lady could have a fucking shank in her mouth. Like, she got a razor blade in her mouth right now. You don't know her. First dates are for getting to know people.
Hey, Sly, just a heads up, bro.
What's up?
They got these condoms that they turn colors if the chick got something. So
they been I seen that, and they had been talking about that for years, bro. They had been talking about them condoms.
You need to grab it back because Cass said these hoes out here be tripping. They can have something.
Hell yeah, I ain't gonna put nothing past a bitch. If she fuck with slimy niggas, she gonna get the slime balls, right? So you think cause she laugh at your jokes and she think you fly and you finna tear the pussy up, you walking away.
But what if you a slime? What if you a slime ball?
Look, cat in my
What if
travels.
you a slime ball?
Exactly, but hey, I ain't gonna put it back. I might want to be a slime ball. I might want to just use and abuse a nigga.
No. I'm saying she only deal with slime balls. I'm saying, well, what if I'm a slime?
No. Wait. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Regular dudes be slime balls. I'm sorry. Just everything. My bad. I'm sorry. Everyday dudes be slime balls too.
Hey,
and this is like, y'all don't be great catches when you go on your first date anyway. You're trying to make sure your baby mama ain't blowing up your phone, interrupting your first date. Like, we all got issues and problems and situations. So why on earth would you on a blind date and if you're that trusting, if you're that giving, that should be a sign that this individual is either really great for you or ain't shit for you. Like, just relax. It's a first date. It's all right. Even blind dates. Like, when we go out slide, I'm going to blindfold your ass. You ain't going to be able to see shit the entire day.
Bird box date.
It's going to be a bird box date. You have a goddamn good time.
Hey, I got a good closing remark I want to get to. So I want all y'all to hear this too. All right. Thank you all for listening Inside the Cave. Make sure you go to VegasLastNight.com and listen to Last Night in Vegas, the first season on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and ShopCaveCrushShop.com.
The Final Word by St. Andrew. Message.
My final remark, usually Velly does it, other people have done it. I just want to say something to all men. And I think there's some truth with what Minister Jap preaches, because we still get comments on that episode, and what Kat says, or even with Roland being Captain Save Him. There's a middle ground with all that. Somewhere between all that, there is the truth. And I want to challenge men to love your daughters, man. Love your daughters conditionally. I mean, just unconditionally. Just whatever you do, stay in your daughter's life, man. I know it's probably the same way for sons, but men, you got to be in your daughter's life, man. I saw something today about the stripper bowl down in Atlanta. And a lot of times when we interview these Cave Crush girls, before we just suppressed by how they look, I haven't spoken to none of them. And I saw this beautiful, I'm not going to say her name, beautiful girl. And she went down there. She turns out to be a cave, not cave crew, but I guess she went down to Atlanta to strip. And she made a speech about how she got played. And I couldn't believe how she talked. And I'm just sitting there like, man, someone fine like that don't know how to talk. And I'm talking about naturally fine, not none of them enhancement, naturally fine. And to me, Minister Jap might not want to hear this. This is not mothers. This is fathers, man. Number one, she shouldn't even brought a pretty girl like that shouldn't even be in that situation where you have to be part of the stripper bowl. Number one. Number two, if a father was in her life, my God, if a father was in her life, and I know her father when I don't have to even meet her to know that her father was not in her life, because there's no father that's going to sit there and let their daughter act that complete of a fool on social media for everybody to see, for that post to get put on all the blog sites, and a pretty girl. And I just listened to the way she talked, and I'm just like, damn, just shocked the shit out of me. I just want to challenge men to stay in your daughter's lives, man, because if you won't, the streets will get them. The streets will get them. That's my final word, man. Really fucked me. I'm about to send y'all this video, man. It really fucked me up. Pretty girl.
Yeah, send that out.
This girl could be. By the way, thank y'all for listening. Catch y'all ass next week.
Inside the Cave.
You did say you wanted to be in, right?
Thank you for listening to Inside the Cave. Get the latest Cave Crush and Inside the Cave gear at CaveCrushShop.com. Thought-provoking ignorance with special guests and cave crushes. Inside the Cave. Inside the Cave. 3 Lee Films.
You did say you wanted to be in, right?